I did not. No, no. We'll stop the recording now for a while till the time we don't start.
Okay. We have from We Speak Toastmasters Club. He is an MCA student and professional graphics designer from Northeast, interested in horror movies and exploring new places. Today, he is going to deliver his speech from the pathway, engaging humor. This will be his level 2 and project 3. The objectives of the speech are to clearly define how Toastmaster envisions mentoring, and he's going to share his experience as Proteege. So let's welcome Toastmaster Deek Sharma over here. Do I need a mentor? Do I need a mentor? Toastmaster Deek Sharma. Over to you.
First, I want all of you to close your eyes and listen to the lines which I want to say. Just forget everything and close your eyes and just let it sink in for a moment. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Eva, Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri, Gurue Namo. Translation: the Guru is Brahma, the Guru is Vishnu, the Guru is Maheshwara. The Guru is indeed the Supreme Brahman. Salutations to the glorious Guru. In our Hindu philosophy, we believe that the Guru is the divine three supreme powerful ones. He is above all the gods. In our Toastmasters, we also have a Guru. We call them mentors. Fellow Toastmasters and Toastmasters, as we don't have a guest here. Fellow Toastmasters and Toastmasters, today I'm going to talk about someone who you get to share half of your screen with, not while giving the speeches, but while you're journeying Toastmasters. It is someone who takes your hand like a parent to the child, and you give your small little fingers and believe to follow in the footsteps they make you walk. A mentor is as important in your life as I believe education is. A mentor can make and break your Toastmasters experience. To put emphasis on that, I would like to share with you a small story. One fine morning, I was standing on the ledge of my balcony with a cup of coffee in my hand, looking down where there was a parking. I saw a car moving very fast inside the parking. It went like on 40 miles an hour. I believe the guy inside it or the person inside it just wanted somehow the car to be parked. He went like this. Then he again turned around, went back like this. Then again went back like this. And looking from above, I was thinking, what is this stupid person doing? There are 4 parking spots on the way I can see. All he's doing is left, right. U-turn, left, right. I was nearly laughing looking at his misery. But I believe Karma was looking at me from behind. The same day, in the afternoon, when I was coming back my home, I had a call and my mom told me, if you are not at home within 5 minutes, you are not at home for tonight. And I don't have a second home, unsurprisingly. So I was driving as fast as I could, taking turn, again taking turn. Where is the parking? Again taking turn. At that moment, I suddenly got reminded of the morning's experience I had. From my perspective, I was doing what I could do, all the possibilities I was exploring. But from someone looking a little above me or from some other perspective, I believe I could have found that parking spot within a second. I believe a mentor helps you in that. Not in finding the parking spot while you are driving home, but to get you to your goals. Now, there's a small difference between a mentor, a teacher, and a coach, which I would like to explain it to you with another experience of mine with my own mentor. So, when I delivered my level one second speech, the feedback I received was a little critical. I was moving a lot. My legs were not in a place. They were going left and right. All my gestures were out of place. And I couldn't maintain eye contact with the with attendees, I would say. Because I was completely focused either on my mentor or I was looking at a beautiful girl sitting at the side. I approached my mentor with the mindset that she will provide me with a set of things to do or a set of activities to practice. I went to her and I told that this is the feedback I have received. I want to work on this. To my surprise, she didn't even ask what are the parameters of this and of the things I want. She told, how was your experience? It's a little different to me. Never in my life, none of my teachers or any coaches of extra training I have taken asked my own experience. But what my mentor wanted was what I was thinking about the speech. And I told that this is what I felt. Then she asked me, how you want a speech to go? Just go and find out different speeches and get that one speech which you listen to and you want your speech to be like that. I said, okay. And I did my homework and came back to my mentor and said, yeah, this is I want. She asked me to perform a small segment of my speech. Then she noted few observations and said, now align these with your goals which you want. That was a complete different experience for me as a mentee. And I believe whatever I can do in Toastmasters going forward is a result of that experience. So I hope with my stories or anecdotes you can understand the meaning of mentorship in Toastmasters. Thank you. And back to you.
Amazing Toastmaster Deek Sharma. Amazing speech. Back to you, Toastmaster Smita, to carry forward the session. I think evaluations will be done after that. Or shall we go with the evaluation first?
How much time do you need for to prepare the evaluation?
3 minutes at
Let's say
least.
3 minutes at least, right? So when you're done with your evaluation, let's say 5 minutes,
Yeah.
as it's mandatory for the contest too. So you take 5 minutes, write down your evaluation, and then
Okay.
in the meantime, we'll have Dr. Dilip deliver the speech.
Oh, great.
Okay, I'll just get ready. Dr. Dilip, will you please, can you please send me the title of your speech in the chat box?
Okay, ma'am.
Toastmaster Deek Sharma, till the time I'm getting the next speech title, how was your experience delivering this speech of do we need a coach? Do I need a coach? Do I need a mentor?
Now I can say that you were listening completely inculcated to the speech.
Exactly. So how was your experience?
It was fine. I believe my mentor was telling me to give the speech from a long time, and I was holding it back to polish it a little bit. And even in this, while I give on this floor, she also asked me to give on other floors. Like, can you give back on our own club? As we have this routine of giving the level completions or our own club, we generally
Okay.
do that.
Wonderful. That's great. That is lovely. So I also, as a Toastmaster, took in a lot of lessons from your speech when you were speaking about your mentor. So please convey my regards to your mentor. We also got to learn a lot about the mentor-mentee relationship, and especially, looking into finding a speech and seeing that what is the kind of speech you want to deliver. I think that is something I myself will look into.
I believe the biggest problem with generally with me is what to say. I believe in my life, I believe my life is very boring in terms of giving speeches. I can't find the sections which I can take up from my life to give in speech.
It's with everyone. It's not just with you, Deek. It's with all. It's with every single person, and that is what it is. The more, whenever our interactions with people and things that are happening around, anything that makes you smile, anything that has evoked a certain emotion in you. It could just be, let's say, your maid not coming in today and you getting frustrated. Even that, the thing is, if we start maintaining a diary, this is what a very senior Toastmaster once told me. You start maintaining a diary of all these things that happen in a day, something that's evoked an emotion, and you just write that thing down for you not to forget. And then later, when you want to write something, believe me, you will have so many topics to write on. So you can give that a
Sometimes it's
try.
also a contradiction what to give out and what not. Sometimes it's like too
Oh,
personal to even give out.
I know, I know. But if you have to be a public speaker, slowly and steadily, it's not necessary for you to give out your entire life, but slowly and steadily we can. So I have the next speech title with me. And Dr. Dilip, kudos to you. How do you manage to come up with such wonderful titles always? I remember the
Yes,
first
ma'am.
one also, and even this one.
Yes, ma'am.
So are you ready? Thank you so much, Deek. I'm taking you off spotlight now. So, Toastmaster Dilip, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great, wonderful. So let me just get the timer cards in place. And okay, Deek, would you like to evaluate Dr. Dilip? No, there is no evaluation resource. It's a general speech. Would you like to do that? Deek, you're on mute, so I can't hear you.
Sorry. I said I would like to try, but I believe I would try to be the second evaluator as I was not ready to evaluate a speech today.
Yes. No, just asking. Just would you like to evaluate?
Giving me the opportunity. Yes, I would take it.
Yes, wonderful. So, Dr. Dilip, because I'm looking into the timings and Dr. Archana is writing your evaluation, and Jatin is right now trying to get his laptop fixed. So, I wouldn't want his speech to not be evaluated. And how beautiful it would be to have a Toastmaster from another club evaluate Dr. Dilip's speech. He's a new Toastmaster. This is his second speech. He's just given his icebreaker, and this is his second speech. So I'll introduce him. and call out with the speech title. And Deek, you can look into the evaluation. It's a general speech. Dr. Dilip, is it a
Yes,
general
ma'am.
speech or is it the second, what we had spoken about? The second project, that is speech with a purpose.
Ma'am, take it as second speech.
Is it the speech with a purpose? Okay. So the purpose of this project, let me know if you have actually worked along with it in those lines, then that is how we will ask Toastmaster Deek also to evaluate. The purpose of this speech um, is to either motivate or entertain or inform the audience. At the same time, it is for you to learn how to write a speech and find that every speech has got a purpose. So have you prepared something along those lines? Okay, wonderful. So Toastmaster Deek, this is the second speech, which is the project 2, which is speech with a purpose. Okay, done. Awesome. Dear Toastmasters, please help me welcome another Toastmaster, a budding Toastmaster, whom we know as the doctor with a beautiful smile and the doctor with the peace and the calm. And not only is he an accomplished doctor, but now he's gearing up to be an accomplished Toastmaster as well. So Dr. Dilip Gupta, SOS of a happy married life. SOS of a happy married life, Dr. Dilip Gupta.
Good morning, friends. How many of you have ever seen the prescription of doctors? Please raise your hand. Yeah, thank you. There is written some abbreviation like OD, PD, SOS. Do you know the full form of these abbreviation? Yeah, OD means once a day, BD means twice a day, and SOS means as per requirement. But today I will be giving the SOS of the happy marriage. SOS of the okay. How many of you are married? Please raise your hand. How many of you are married? Please raise your hand. Yeah. And how many of you are happily married? Please raise your hand. Yeah. Thank God, I am happily married, living a blissful and peaceful married life for last 15 years due to teaching of my father how to live in a happy married life. Just I want to share my wedding journey with all of you. Yeah. When I was young, I was very excited to get married because I was thinking that after getting married, the married life will start. Go get enjoy the marriage. So once a day, I approached my but I am afraid how to talk to my father. And in between time, all of my friends getting married one by one and getting their beautiful beloved wife, except me. So one day I approached my father and asked, Father, I want to marry. Get up. Father said, you rascal, you want to marry? How dare you ask me? I feel very embarrassed and left the place. Days, months, years went on. My friends became the father of lovely kids. I used to be very jealous to them. After gathering all my courage, I again approached to my father and said, my friend had now become the father. And when I said, great, he come to closer to me, staring me. Again, Chata. I feel again embarrassed. What happened? I again left the place. After a long time, with all my humbleness, I again approached. But seeing my father angry, I stumbled and come back. Slowly, time went on. One day, I again, with my all courage and one of my friends, I approached my father and said, Father, this is the Chris, my friend Ramesh's son. Father said, oh, great, lovely child. Again, I felt some relaxed and I said, Father, I want to marry also. Please allow to marry. Again, Chata, you good for nothing fellow. You want to get married. Say sorry and get lost from here. I left the place with my swelling cheeks and tearful eyes. The kids of my friends start going to school. I used to see them with their hands, chuckling with their friends. I think when this moment come into my life. Finally, one day I decided this day is the last day of my bachelor life. And I again approached to my father. I said, Father, I want to marry. As I was assuming, same happened to me. Again, Chatat. He told, say sorry, you good for nothing fellow. Every time you come to be married, to be married, to be married. I feel very impressed. I left the place. But as time went on, I think when will this end of the journey of my saying chatak on my cheeks. So finally one day I decided this will be doomsday of my life. Either I will marry, I will run away from the home. With my I have no any girlfriend at that time, but I think I will acquire one girlfriend and run with her. So I approached my father and I say, Father, please. Again, as I was thinking, happened same, chatak. And my father said, say sorry. I say, I don't want to hurt you, but I want to be married. Sorry, father. My father said, oh, you can marry. I excited, but again, I have her, I have approached him thrice, but every time he denied. Today, he has allowed me. I asked my father, Father, I have approached thrice to you, but every time you denied me. Today, you have allowed me to get married. Why? My father said, you have learned the lesson of the happy and peaceful life. I didn't get it. What lesson I have learned? Every time I get the chatak. What is the lesson in chatak? Then my father said, you have learned to say sorry without being your guilty. That is the secret of your marriage life. There may be your fault or not. If you become sorry without sorry, then you will live a happy, peaceful marriage life. That is the lesson and SOS of the happy married life. Thank you.
What a lesson, Toastmaster Dilip.
Thank
What
you,
a lesson. And I have I've heard people say, and I've experienced this also, that there are ways to teach lessons, but a lesson like that. Now Jatin says, I have hope. Jatin, you will need a dad who's actually kicking you for you to learn that lesson. And that Akib is also here. I'm sure Suraj, they're all in the same boat and looks like Deek too.
No, you don't have to learn from your own mistakes. Sometimes you can learn from others' experiences as well.
Yes.
Dr. Dilip, beautiful. The Akib, no, I'm just talking about the lesson that Dr. Dilip spoke about. And I'm sure, why was my husband not around?
Yes, ma'am.
Dr. Dilip gave that speech.
Sorry without sorry.
Sorry without feeling sorry, but to give it and say it anyway. Wow, what a beautiful lesson for a happy married life. Wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Dilip.
Thank you, ma'am.
I have also, so we talked about acronym last time, right?
Yes.
SOS can also mean sorry or not, but sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry or not, but sorry. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Jatin. Point on, point on. I don't think any dad has ever told his son that this is the secret to a happy married life.
Maybe you can use it in your speech as well. Say that's what SOS in happy life, married happy life means.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Dr. Dilip, we can use that.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Well,
Ma'am, I am applying in my happy married life.
yeah,
I always say sorry without being guilt.
and that's not easy to do. Okay. Wonderful. So, Toastmaster Suraj.
Ma'am,
would you-
lastly, I want to one more abbreviation
Yes,
which I
yes.
use in my wife when I talk to her. She always like kiss. She always like kiss in conversation. Kiss mean keep it simple and short. Short में बताओ फालतू बातें ना करो.
Oh, wonderful. How wonderful, Dr. Dilip.
Yes, ma'am.
It's such beautiful things we are learning and such wonderful things we are learning. Great, Dr. Dilip. This is something I'll also use now.
Yes,
Keep it short and simple. Don't waste my time, please.
yes, ma'am. Give me a kiss.
Lovely. Thank you, Dr. Dilip. Yes,
Thank-
Jatin, you've raised your hand. You want to say something?
No, I need one more speech from Dilip sir. So he gave the story of how he learned the lesson before getting married and how it converted to a happy married life. I want the story that lies in between. How to get married when you start becoming uncle of your friends' kids. I need that
Yeah,
story as well.
I don't get it. Jatin, please
How,
repeat.
how do you find a bride, Dr. Dilip? Is what he's asking.
Uh, just send a 50 if you want to a story, if you have time.
Yes,
I have time for this. This is one of the goals of my life right now.
why not? Why not? I'm sure
And,
Deek is preparing his evaluation.
the
Until
Dick had explained the mentor. If you are ready, then mentor will appear to you. Yeah, guru will appear to you. And if you are properly matured, yeah, a bit get ready for your marriage, the wife will appear.
Wow. Jatin, heard that?
You should be prepared. There is teaching in the UK about the princess and prince to how to get married. A school. They teach how to behave after the marriage. This is missing in India. It was earlier that the Nawab had was trained about the etiquette and manner in the public in the after the marriage. And if you want to learn, so there is, I think you have read it from Mars and Women from Venus. and so many types of this type of books. So you have to read them, and if you become prepared, then automatically C will appear to you.
So this, the way, like you said, the way the teacher appears when the student is ready, right?
And wife appear when the husband is ready.
Wife appears when the husband is ready. Oh boy, am I glad we are recording this meet today.
And ma'am, one line I have missed it. I just
Yes,
missed in the flow.
yes,
Ki-
Dr. Dilip.
Yeah, ki I have lost my bachelor. I have lost my bachelor. Become someone master.
Sorry, you've lost your bachelorhood to
One master to become someone masters.
become
Someone's master.
someone's master.
And do you have the permission of your wife to say this? Yeah.
No, I have always asked her. Even after I want to laugh, ask, may I smile? If you smile.
So we're losing out a little bit of the conversation, Dr. Dilip, because of the network lag. Would you please repeat that?
Ma'am, if I want to smile or laugh, I have to ask or laugh. Then I smile.
It's like, I remember that stand-up comedian who said, I am happily married after 50 years, and I have my wife's permission to say so.
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Dilip.
Thank you, ma'am.
My dear Toastmasters. Deek, I'm sure you're preparing your evaluation. Archana's, I'm sure, is ready. She's smiling all there. Akib is here. Hi, Akib. Would you like to say something?
I wanted to say, but I'm keeping myself off with this marriage conversation and bachelor conversation. Yeah.
You can join in. Feel free to join in and converse. And is there an impromptu speech you would like to deliver, Akib?
But I would need some 30-second kind of time to think. Will you give a topic to me?
No, the topic is your own.
Give me some topic. Give me some direction to go. Without direction, what do you want me to speak?
So it's a 5 to 7 minute speech.
Yeah. Give me a topic and let me think for 30 seconds and I can give a speech.
I will give you topic.
Please.
Okay.
Marriage. Please. No
Wife
marriage.
is life. Wife is life.
Wife
Why
is
it
here.
is life?
Wife is life.
Wife is life.
Wife is life.
But
ठीक है, that's okay.
he's not married till now, but I'm sure he can.
That's okay. People want to disturb me, humiliate me. I know that.
No, no. Remember, it is Ashtami today. You know, Durga Ashtami today.
Yes,
So Durga Ashtami, I'm sure Devi Ma is all here listening, and they say what you really desire, she comes and gives you. So he has given you a topic, wife is life. Pour your heart out in your 5 to 7 minute speech, and I'm sure by the time we meet for the next Navratri, we may hear some wedding bells, and I may get an invitation to travel to Bangalore. Great, Akib, take your time. Akib, take your time, okay? We have Suraj also here. Suraj, you want to deliver a speech? You had asked to. Would you like to deliver one today?
Yes, ma'am, I think I can. But I don't know in between when this network is tapping in very intense manner. So I will try my best. But if you see that I'm out of Zoom,
so I want you to. Okay, send me your speech title in the chat box.
So I'm ready now. At least I've got few understanding.
So it's a humorous. Okay. It's a humorous speech. So do I need to post a title too?
Every speech has to have a title, Suraj.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, will it be okay? Suraj goes first.
Yeah, I'll be happy.
Okay, So Suraj, Toastmaster Suraj, please send me your speech title in the chat box. And Jatin, are you in a position to evaluate Toastmaster Suraj?
I am sort of, like I said, I'm in the middle of getting my laptop fixed. So,
Okay. Okay,
you.
done. Done. Dr. Dilip, would you like to evaluate Toastmaster Suraj's speech? Right? Okay. Remember the kind of pointers we were discussing about evaluation? Toastmaster Suraj, just a minute. I need your speech title, please. Okay, you've already sent
Ma'am,
it.
I think
Yes.
I just
I've
that
received.
instant, whatever I got. I
Okay, I've received it. Just a second. I'll call you with your speech title. Just let me see if your evaluator is ready. Toastmaster Archana, isn't it wonderful that Toastmaster Akib has got ready for a 5 to 7 minute speech in a matter of seconds? I'm looking forward to hearing your speech, Akib.
Only when you allow me to speak, people will know what I've thought. Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. That's perfectly okay. That's perfectly okay. And do think of a title also and send it to me in the chat box.
Sure.
Dr. Dilip, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Ready? Okay. So I'm calling Toastmaster Suraj. Okay. My dear Toastmasters, a beautiful meet is on where we are having speakers come up and pour their heart out. Our next speaker too is going to speak on something very interesting, and I'm sure you will look forward to listening to him. So Toastmaster Suraj, Bachelor's Life, Toastmaster Suraj.
How many of the time you have come across a baby or kids up to 4 to 5 years and you just say, oh cutie, oh baby, and just you stroke the little nose of that little boy or little kids? How many times? I don't know. And now I have complaints. I know not directly, but lots of complaints. And just tell me how many times of you people have done this? And I need answer. Why do you do this? And what that little kids have done to you people? Why do you do? So this is a thing I have noticed a lot. And yes, but after a long time, I came to know that touching the nose of a kids, it suits them. So that's the reason. Otherwise, it used to really haunt me. So that was the lesson. And now moving forward to a story that is really related to my life, I will tell you. Have you heard any voice having girls sound? Or how many times you have heard girls having boys sound? Let me tell you, whenever I listen to any girls who is having boy sound, I get afraid. And the second thing, till 10th class, I was having girls' voice. So don't worry, I'm not Aisman Khurana of Dream Girl 2. I'm not going to call anyone. Even right now, I don't have any kind of girl's voice or the pitch in my sound. So don't worry that you all are safe. And so what used to happen when I was in 10th class, so in the class, one side I was sitting amongst the boys and other side was girls. So there was a kind of competition of
The Toastmaster Suraj did warn us that the bandwidth at his place is low right now. We'll just wait.
Freeze will be increased. In video is freeze, ma'am.
Yes, yes. So we'll just wait for a few more seconds. And then I think we'll wait for him to, okay. So we'll wait for him to come back. Akib, why don't we, do you think, let me wait for him, Suraj to just join back, right?
I believe this is a new challenge after going online. The network problem.
Yes.
Can we start with the evaluations then? And,
But he should be here, no, to listen the evaluation.
No, Archana is evaluating Dr. Dilip. Archana is evaluating Toastmaster Deek
Okay.
and
Okay. The previous ones. Okay.
previous one. And then I think Suraj evaluated Toastmaster Dilip, right?
Yes.
Very well, sir. Since he hasn't joined in yet, let's begin with the evaluation. Okay, so that we don't waste time.
okay.
I'm calling Toastmaster Archana to evaluate Toastmaster Deek.
A mentor knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. But here, in this case, with Toastmaster Deek Sharma, the mentor also shows you the parking lot. Hello, everyone, and today we have heard a wonderful speech by Toastmaster Deek. He started with a very beautiful and known slok of ours, the Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu. And that was something that immediately captivated the audience at once. He started with a broad smile on his face. His excellent hand gestures were apt during his entire speech. Throughout the speech, he had beautiful illustrations of the uh, roles which the other people were playing in his life, in his speech. The enactment were done beautifully. At one point, where I would like to mention, where he shifted himself to the left side and illustrated his mentor is standing, and that was so interesting and humorous as well. He started with an anecdote of his morning routine where he was sipping a cup of coffee and looking at a guy who is moving his car, zoom and broom here and there, and he was smiling, and the karma fall back to him. That was amazing. Or the recommendations I would like to add here is to elaborate on the content which you want to show here, because the purpose of your speech is to show your relationship with your mentor and also your mentors. How do you experience your mentor in Toastmasters? So that part was something somewhere I felt a little missing, because you told about the critical feedback which you had got with your second speech, but the purpose and the content was little unclear to the audience over here. So I would like to recommend you to be clear on the content which is specifically designed for for the objective of the speech, as well as also bring clarity to that particular point of your speech. So overall, it was a wonderful speech. You have delivered with a broad smile, the hand gestures, and the humor element which you had added. Keep it with that, and need to elaborate your content with clarity and also justify it with the title of the speech. Overall, it was wonderful listening to you. Keep it up and keep delivering your speeches in our club. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Archana. I'm sure Toastmaster Deek has found points that he would like to work upon, and has also gained strength from what you have observed as his strengths are. Thank you for that. Now, Toastmaster Dilip, I'm sure, is ready with the evaluation, but since his speaker isn't here, let us take Toastmaster R.K. Bonds to center stage now. Toastmaster R.K., is that your speech title? Life is like wife?
Yep.
Okay, done. My dear friends, dear Toastmasters, when you have a speaker who is versatile and who enjoys public speaking and whom we know we enjoy listening to, we look forward to that speech. We have another such Toastmaster amongst us today, and that is Toastmaster Akib Javed. So brace yourself, for Toastmaster Akib Javed is here with another beautiful speech. Toastmaster Akib, life is like wife. Life is like wife. Toastmaster Akib.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Smita. Life is like wife. Feels rhymed, no? There is also a quotation from my ideal stand-up comedian. He says, hope is like soap. These lines are amazing and they teach you a lot of things. Why do I say life is like wife? Because life is unpredictable. You do not know what is going to happen tomorrow or the very next moment. I might get a call. It is unpredictable. And for me, the word wife, it hurts. And you guys know that. People have different reasoning logics telling you should get married and you should join the bandwagon of married people. And well, I have my own thoughts, but there are two core things which I find disturbing. The first one is the same, unpredictability, chaos. A guy is living very happy, soothing life, enjoying everything that he does, and you bring in a component of variability, a component which brings randomness in your life. Now you have one more item to deal with on daily basis. Imagine the situation. And it's not a surprise that I have seen both of my brother getting more humble, more calm once they got married. Same reason. They were like me, very happy, very vocal. They could have taken a table topic of 7 minutes without any thought. But now they are silent. They listen to stuff. Somebody was saying sorry without sorry. You have to be that. You do not know what is the reason I'm being scolded about. You have to be just sorry. Yeah, it could be my mistake. Accept it and let it go. So that part hurts me. I don't want to be sorry without sorry. Why do I? I've lived my life like a king. That is one aspect of randomness. And the other one is positive. So you have a con and you have a pro. I'll tell you what is the pro. Every time an invitation comes, people expect Akib to be default. They're like, you will of course come. You don't have any reason not to come. What is your excuse? We have wives. And that's like universal excuse. People are like, no, my wife is going somewhere. We have to take her to her place. And the kid, now we have a kid and wife won't be able to manage. For me, it's like, buddy, you are coming. So that they don't even ask whether you are available. Are you doing something? What will he do? Weekends, he is available. Working time only, you have to check whether he's working or not. So if I get married, at least I will have a barrier saying, 100%. Whatever excuse that can be put in the system, let us blame it on the wife. So you've seen that there are two things. One is using her as an excuse. Second, she bringing randomness, chaos in your life. Now, a guy has to strike a balance between these two elements. I have not been able to strike a balance because Toastmasters kind of became that excuse. Like, no, bro, I have a meeting and have to do a host work. And that has helped me. That has helped me for how many years? So many years. It's like 28, 29 years. Like, I give a lot of excuses and I'm very peaceful these days. But what do you think? Do you think wife brings more element? Does she also bring peace? If she's bringing peace, that peace will only resolve the chaos which she has brought. There is one more randomness here. The big basket offer I'll have to deal with. So give me a moment. Yeah, so had there been a wife, she could have managed this order, at least the receiving part, but she could have disturbed in between. So you never know. It could be a positive, it could be a negative, but they're always a double-edged sword. So you can't predict the next action. It's always difficult to deal with. And I'm also of the opinion that you keep blaming, you keep talking bad about it until unless you get it. So I have that privilege, people don't have. So Dr. Dilip won't be able to exaggerate and put blame on her wife because she can hear it and you cannot predict. But I have that freedom. I can talk anything about female and female candidates, especially the wife who could be. Not everybody, I respect people, you know that. So that's about it. So chaos, peace, and an excuse. My thought on having a wife. So over to you. Over to you. Toastmaster Smita. Yes.
Yes, taking it forward. My dear friends, a warm round of applause for Toastmaster Akib. One of the longest impromptu speeches ever. And it's not just an impromptu speech. It was a very interesting impromptu speech. Okay, I need to choose the nun background. 1 minute. Yes. Thank you so much, Akib. Thank you so much, Akib. Believe me when I say that to you, and I'm sure Archana would agree, today we happen to be in minority when we are doing generally. When you come to visit Toastmasters Club of Lucknow, ladies are in majority. But today we happen to be in minority, and suddenly it's like wives have. I know the good part or the bad part or the humor in life is all added by the conversations about marriage and all the good jokes in which you can laugh on because it's universal and almost everybody in the entire world goes through the same things. And that is why if men are from Mars and women are from Venus is written in America, believe me, even a couple in Japan agrees to it. So whether it's urban or it's rural or it's any part of the country, people agree to it. So yes, the differences do occur and they do make up for a lot of humor in life. So this is what we are encountering today. Thank you so much, Akib. I'm going to take you off spotlight now. Now, I forgot to ask somebody to evaluate, but that's okay, Akib. It was just an impromptu speech, and thank you so much for it.
Sorry.
Yes, Jatin.
I thought you said Deek was evaluating Dilipji and Dilipji was evaluating Akib, right? Or Dilipji was evaluating Suraj, sorry. Yeah.
Dilipji was evaluating Suraj. Deek, are you evaluating Akib? No. Deek was evaluating Dilip ji.
Dilip sir.
Right. So, Deek, are you ready with your evaluation? Wonderful. Toastmasters, please help me welcome Toastmaster Deek Sharma, who will be evaluating Dr. Dilip. Toastmaster Deek Sharma.
Again, a very good morning, everyone. Especially to my target speaker, Toastmasters Dilip Gupta, or as Toastmaster Smita introduced him as a doctor with a smile. Everybody would love to have a doctor who would have a smile on his face, I believe. To start with, I believe the hook was on point. Many people get it wrong, but having a good hook to the speech is the key for everyone to listen. We are, as humans, we are social animals, but we nowadays suffer from ADHD, most of us. So we don't have this tendency to listen to any speech or any lecture or any talk. But having called someone, show of hands, and you did it twice, I believe that added to a double effort and everybody listened to your complete speech. Now, the purpose of the speech was learning how to write a speech and add a purpose. I believe you delivered to the purpose. Your speech was well structured. It has a start, middle, and an end. I loved your chronology of slaps. I want to marry a slap. I want to marry another slap. I like your in-between short anecdotes of your friend being married, you bringing your friend's child to your dad. These small pieces build up a story's interest in people. It was entertaining and it had the right pinch of humor, I would say. With that, there are few points to improve. As I believe at the end, you had a smooth end, but a summary could have emphasized that end. A small summary which would summarize of what I said, or to end this, I would like to say marriages. A small sentence would have made it much more profound. In absence of grammarian, also I would like to add a few things in yours while you were speaking. A little bit pronunciation of words like with and some could have been different. I believe you missed a little bit with in some sentences. It happens with all of us, even with me till now. All in all, a nice speech. To summarize, work a little bit on your delivery and prepare a little bit more, and I believe you will become an avid speaker. Looking forward to listen more to you.
Thank you, Deek sir. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Deek sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deek. I'm sure Dr. Dilip has found things to add to his speech. And
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sure he will incorporate them and also work on the speech a little more.
Yes, ma'am.
My dear friends, our speeches are done. And since I had hoped to write something while somebody else looked into the timings, so I myself have not been able to write or prepare anything, but I had told everyone that I will deliver a speech. So I haven't prepared anything. But like Akib I'll take a few seconds and at least try and take 5 minutes on the screen to speak about a topic. So just give me give me a minute or so, and I'll be ready with it. In the meantime, we have Toastmaster Sharad here after a very long time. Good morning, Toastmaster. Husbands are like bus stand. Is that a topic for me? Husbands are like bus stand topic for me. Wonderful. Okay. I do have a husband, so I'm sure I can speak on that topic. Okay, wonderful. I will. Toastmaster Sharad, how do you do? Would you like to come off mute? Would you like to come on screen and say hello to everyone? Okay. Archana, I'm putting you on spotlight. How about taking the meeting forward, having a chit chat with everyone, and giving me a few seconds to organize my thoughts?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Toastmaster Sharad, good to see you after a long time. Would you like to come off your video? And Jatin, would you like to come off? I haven't seen you since a long time. Please unlock me. You are already unlocked, I think. Where is the key? I couldn't find. Is there anything like locking and unlocking in Toastmaster, this
Maybe
Zoom? I don't know.
Yeah,
You
the
can
host
ask the-
will have option to.
Yeah, you can only ask.
Yeah,
We can
yeah.
only ask him.
Ask
You
to
can give a
start
prompt.
video.
Yes, that one you can give a prompt, and if he clicks
Yeah,
on
yeah.
it,
I have already sent in, and Toastmaster Suraj is still not here with us. Toastmaster Akib, how do you write speeches? I would like to definitely like to know, because since a week I'm trying to write a speech and still I'm not prepared and I've not delivered any speech today. So again, an evaluation done by me.
no, I was listening to a great Toastmaster yesterday, DJ. He's from Bangalore, and I think 8 times winner, and he has also been to the final podium. And DJ was telling the the only thing which holds people back in writing a speech is the topic, the thought, the first thought. And he went to his mentor, and his mentor is like, talk on kidney. his mentor his mentor got something in kidney transplant, so he was diagnosed with some issues in kidney. I was like, talk on the kidney. This is like, what? How do I write on kidney? And then he realized, you just take a topic, try to gather your thought, you will come up with something, and then you get it refined. So the reason you have mentors is to help you go in the right direction, right? So they will help you navigate with better stories which should suit the situation. You should have opening, conclusion, all those stuff. But the first thought has to be taken from somewhere. So I learned it from DJ yesterday only. I also find it very difficult to write speeches. My last speech was in August. It's been 2 months now. I've not given speeches. I only give table topics. But anything that comes to you, like husbands are like first, and we text wrote it just now. If you think and you are able to connect with 1 or 2 stories, life is set. So it should be flowing like river. Any topic which comes and you are able to connect 1, 2, 3 dots, done.
But it holds true for a table topic, but I don't think so. It can be
Yes.
that 5 to 7 minutes long.
So 3 stories, no, 3 stories. 1 story is 1 table topic. 3
Yeah.
story goes for 4 and 5 minutes, and then you have opening and conclusion.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Toastmaster Archana. Toastmaster Akib didn't had any evaluation, right? I was trying to practice more evaluation. Can I have a go on it?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
I have few points, but I'll try my best.
Yeah, definitely. You can go ahead.
Can you time me?
I'll do that. I'll do that.
Sir?
Okay, are you ready? Start.
Welcome back again, fellow Toastmasters and Toastmasters. I believe I love the stage, so I would never like to leave it for anybody else. Similar to Toastmaster, my target speaker, Toastmaster Akib, coming up with a 5-minute speech within 5 minutes is like presenting a 4-year PhD report within 4 minutes. I believe you have great intuition to come up with a speech and with a given title that also. Few key points I loved in your speech is one of the intuition thing. When you just got a basket and you came back, the intuition to add it to your content. I love that part because many Toastmasters fail that. With a small incident, I would tell you one of the impromptu speeches I was listening. It was in a cafe, and suddenly the waiter came with a tray. The Toastmaster turned around to the waiter, took the plate, and added the complete content of the plate in his own table topping. And I believe that has left an impression on my mind. So adding impromptu things even in your prepared speech can really put impressions. Some of more things I would like to point out is the way you describe the topic in two parts, the pros and the cons, so that you can have a few pointers of both to speak upon. I like that point. One more thing I would like to say, which really uh, gave me an image to keep in mind, is that when you started speaking, you started to describe as in the journey of every other person, didn't go with very personal starting only. You said, okay, marriage is like this, that. Then you came back to your own journey. I said, I believe that structure really helps while connecting with the audience. With that, some of the things I would like you might that I think you can improve in the speech is, firstly, I believe as you are an avid speaker, you could work on a little bit with gestures. In the Zoom meeting, it's hard to show gestures, so maybe you can get back, stand up, and give a speech, or maybe a little bit more hand gestures would really put emphasis on what you are saying. As we believe 70% of what we say are in gestures. Also, I would like you to work on a little bit or maybe add on some of the speeches your change of pace and tone. With the same pace and tone, sometimes speeches tend to go a little bit monotone and you might miss a point or two. But suddenly, when you say that this happened with me, things change a little bit. Like people, the attention which is being lost, you grab it back. With that, I believe you are an avid speaker, and getting to a 5-minute speech in 5 minutes is amazing. Back to you, Toastmaster Smita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deek. Let me stop the red card. Choose. Thank you, Akib. What would you like to add to Deek's evaluation? When it comes to you and your own evaluation, let's say, since you delivered an impromptu speech. As an afterthought, are there things that you feel you would like to add or you could have added?
I think the summarization part was not so good. I could have done something better on summarization. So, although I brought pros and cons, one liner, some amazing punchline at the conclusion, which gives dichotomy of having a wife would have been better. But that requires time to think, and I didn't have.
Thank you. Nevertheless, it was actually great to hear so many, not only stories, but you even had punchlines. A lot to learn. So I've been given a speech. I've been given a title by Toastmaster Akib. And I was trying to organize my thoughts. In the meantime, called into the kitchen. And then I had to tell my maid, my meeting has not stopped. It's not over. I need to go back, please. So, and then I've come here with something. So let me know. Archana, will you like to time me, please?
Yes. I'll have to share my screen then.
Should I time myself?
I can do it if you want. I have the timer records and I can. If you can.
I've been changing screens. I can just put this here, put my mobile, and just start the timer. Deek also has that. Deek has that, right? Hello, everyone. And I need your help when I start this topic. For I want you to raise your hands and answer this. How many of you have been in a relationship? So when I say I'm recording this meeting, that does not mean that I will let it out to many others or even to people at home. So not to worry. So how many of you have been in a relationship? Why people who are married haven't been or aren't in a relationship? Is that so? And how many of you have never experienced the joys of a relationship? Anybody? So Akib raised his hand, but he has suddenly gone out. Jatin, Sharad, Archita, please come off mute and do answer. The joys of a relationship are many. And when I say that with conviction, because if I have gone through it, and if I have been to a movie where I may have liked, I may not have liked, and I have spent a ticket of 2,000 rupees to go and see that movie, I am not going to tell you the result. I'm not going to let you know whether the movie is great or not, because I would want you to spend those 2,000 rupees. And so I am telling you, the joys of being in a relationship are many. And today, I would like to speak about how your husband can actually be your bus stand. I'm sure today is a day when, or this age is such where most of us are out of those buses, those catching of those buses and going after them, and are into motorcycles, scooters, cars at home, probably. But there was a time, many, many years ago, when such things were a luxury. Having a good mate is also a luxury. For your husband or your mate, and since today I'm specifically speaking about a husband being a woman, a husband can make or break your life. And how is my husband? I'd love to call him my bus stand, my anchor of sorts. For instance, how many of you have been at a bus stand and been waiting for the right bus to come along? And sometimes when you are there, please unmute me, Sharad is saying. Sharad, you can unmute yourself. Nobody's been checked. So what I was saying was, how many of you have um, waited for the right bus to come along? Been to a bus stand, traveled in a bus? Have you done all those things? Run after buses trying to catch them? Okay, so Toastmaster Deek agrees with it, but not everybody out there. Suraj does agree with it. Having your husband run after you is something very similar to that. Most men think that once they run after a woman to catch them and make their wife, the job is done. Because having a wife for them is like, buying potatoes. Tick, today I've gone to the market. Okay, today I have to get bread, probably grocery. Tick. Oh, I need a career for myself. Tick. I need a wife for myself. Tick. So once they've pocketed their wife, they actually like to just keep it and park it. And a wife who is now entered into a relationship keeps waiting for her husband now to begin that life with her. So whether you're running after your husband or you're having your husband run after you, believe me, when it comes to a marriage, these two keep moving hand in hand like a seesaw. Why is my husband likened to a bus stand? I will call him Mr. Dependable. Like you have those ads these days now of Rahul Dravid, Mr. Dependable. Not only do I depend on him, my mom depends on him to drive a nail in a wall to hang a calendar when my hubby is posted in Assam and she has to hang a calendar in Nasik. So that kind of dependability is what my husband has created at home. And I detest it. And I so detest it. Because now I'm out of the equation where, a child is there in the marriage. Now it's all Mr. Dependable. The way a bus takes you to your required destination, if you get onto the right bus, that is, right? Your hubby also takes you to the destination that you will want to go to in your life. Having a beautiful partner beside you will actually determine how beautiful your life's journey can be. Because believe you me, it's only a limited amount of time that you spend with your parents and you're enjoying your bachelorhood. And that could be whether you're a female or a male. A major part of it, if you decide to be married, is with your partner, and you want a solid partner who will be that bus driver to take you to that beautiful destination. By grace of God, my bus, or the bus, since I'm now have moved on from a bus stand to a bus, my life's journey has from a roller coaster, finally finding a destination with this partner of mine. Waiting for him to give me a rose, even after 25 years of marriage, is a dream. Waiting for him to give me a diamond ring also is a dream. But nevertheless, having him beside me, having him cuddle me, the times when I want to be a child, is something that is so beautiful. And I would request, and I would want and urge for each one of you to experience that in your life. Toastmaster Deek. What is it that I've been speaking? I have absolutely no idea. Where is Akib? I wish Akib was here and I wanted to gain pointers. Why is Archana, Dilip, Jatin, everybody out. I thought they aren't here.
7.
7 point. Everybody was in time. By the way, when I was timing, everybody was in time. All your evaluations were in time. How much did I go? 7 minutes, 40 seconds, 42. I thought so.
What was my time, by the way? My speech time?
Yours was with time, all was within time. Okay. All were within time. It was 7, it crossed 7 minutes. It crossed 7 minutes. All of them were, your evaluations were 7:18, 7:20, first and second. And your speech, I've not written it down, but I know it was within time. All of them. But it did cross 7:15 for sure.
Right?
Okay.
Within from 7 to 7:30, I believe. Like one of the Toastmasters, when I joined, told me that the stage, the more time you spend on the stage, the more you grow. So I tried to keep it as late as it could be, but not beyond the time limit.
Okay. Yeah. No, you were within time. Thank you, Deek, for timing me. Akib, I'm sorry I did not do justice to your topic. And I wanted you to be here to listen to it.
I was here only. I only saw that bus stand became bus driver, but it was good.
Yeah, but that
Dependability.
became- So whatever I wrote down, I did not speak. And then I got,
You wrote down, is it? That's the mistake you made.
no, I wrote down 3 points.
Okay.
So I wrote down 3 points only. And I wanted to liken it to a bus stand. But then since I just noted those 3 down, and how do I liken it to a bus stand is something that I had not thought of. So it changed from a bus stand to a driver, and it got off track, though I thought I'll start in a manner, but then it went off track. So a lot to work on.
I was thinking bus stand in a way that it waits for you to come. It enables your transportation. So does not ask much in return. So he's waiting for you all along. You come, go to other direction or whichever direction of life you want to move ahead. He'll enable that. Like, so if you want to grow in your life, you want to do something, you come, go to bus stand, and he will give you a direction where to go, and you go to another bus stand and you find further direction and you take different buses. So husbands are expected to do those stuff. That was my thought of putting it in the chat. Yeah.
Okay. Lovely. The points were good. And I did write, I wanted to definitely speak about this, about the person helping you reach your destination, the way you just spoke about, and that is waiting. Sorry, just like it. So actually, right now, Mr. Dependable has gone to the railway station to pick up my mother, sis, and her family. Why? Because I'm attending this. So definitely waiting. And this incident is true, what I did speak about. My mother wanting to drive a nail or to hang a calendar, and she makes a call to my husband, posted in a SAM. Where should I put the nail, on this wall or that wall? And my father is saying, I'm sitting here. She does not ask me. She gives a call to him. So that is the kind of position he's made for himself.
Imagine his situation. Like, "Arey yaar, ye chota chota cheez ke liye why are you calling me?"
No. He feels very happy,
Acha.
and it drives me nuts. It drives me nuts because my mom's making a call to him, and I'm saying, you remove yourself out of the equation for me to get back with my parents. And that's a fight that we have. Can I give my contest speech to give? Archana, you have not spoken till now.
Yes, she didn't speak.
So Archana, we'll have you give
Yes.
your speech, and then I think we'll close the meeting for the day. So thank you, Akif, for giving me this title. And definitely I need to work on
Ma'am,
my
one insight from my side.
Yes, Dr. Dilip.
Yes, ma'am. If I have to tell the speech, the husband in my bus stand, then I will tell the like bus stand when we go, and everywhere I want to go, there is a different type of bus. So that anything to achieve in there is a bus for me. That bus stand. I can achieve financially, emotionally, mentally, physically. All type of bus is there in my bus stand. That is my husband.
Lovely, lovely.
Toastmasters,
Beautiful.
Meta Toastmasters Sharad is facing some problem.
We should ask him
asking,
to rejoin. Sharad, if you could rejoin, your problem might get solved because host
Yeah,
has tried unmuting you, asking you to come on camera. So
Yeah, I know. By any chance, did anybody evaluate what I spoke? Though it went all over the place. Akib did say that from bus stand it became a
I was
bus.
listening to it. You were able to do what I could not, was that you kept asking questions. So you had 3 questions in your speech, which is amazing, which allowed people to think and answer. You gave a very nice example of keeping that, I don't know, wallpaper somewhere. So that is a story which you told within the speech. And I think you could have, when you try to connect dependable word with him, that dependable should have relinked. I think it was relinked, but could have been relinked little better with bus stand word, and that would have made the whole idea better. So you brought all the thoughts which should have come in a speech of 5 to 7 minutes. It didn't feel like impromptu for me, at least, because we have been listening to you and we know how you react to table topics as well. So our table topics also feel structured. Hence the proper speech also came very structured, very calm and composed. So that's the trait which she already has because of the experience she brings. Connecting the dots, she brought all the dots. I think connecting it here and there could have made it more better, but for a 5 to 7 minute speech, and given the time constraint we gave, you did amazing. You did wonderful. Far better than me. Yeah.
No. I wouldn't say that, but thank you so much. So I loved your speech, Akib. I love the structure. I love the punches. I love the punches that Dr. Dilip also brings in his speeches, and very subtly, and his punchline in his speech at the very end about his father saying is completely out of the blue, because but at one point I did not know where his speech was going. But then that last word, those last sentence, it completely shifted, and it made it into a great one. So thank you, Akib. Thank you, Dr. Dilip. And Dr. Archana, are you ready with your speech?
yes.
So I need your speech title.
I don't have that. I want the audience to make a free title for me.
No title.
Not yet, because there are too many titles going through my mind.
He's already given one.
As you like.
He says
There is
life
a topic for you. Life is business.
And there's one more. He says,
I'm a
joy.
terrorist. How does it find?
Then life is business for you. You are playing with lives, no? When you are terrorist.
Okay, so let it be the title.
Yes.
What was that? I missed it.
Life
I'm
is
a terrorist.
business. And
Life
she's
is
saying she is a terrorist. It's good. Yeah, good.
beautiful. So 1 minute. I don't have my phone with me to write down the time. Deek, are you up for it? Because my son took my phone away.
Okay.
So I won't put you on spotlight, Deek, right now. But since you are there, and if we all put ourselves on gallery mode, Archana, if you put yourself on a gallery mode, you'll be able to see the. As such, we don't have many people in the meeting today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you see the timer cards when Deek is changing the background colors? Can you see that, Dr. Archana?
Yes.
Okay.
And Suraj is also back here. He can also continue with his speech.
He can, right? So since you're already on Spotlight, let's finish yours first, then we'll have
Okay.
Suraj back on stage, right?
Okay.
So let me introduce you. Hello, everyone. We are back again with another speaker. And here we have this a very charismatic Toastmaster Archana with her speech titled Life is Business. So Toastmaster Archana, life is business. Life is business. Toastmaster Archana.
How many of you are perfectionists here? Let me see with a raise of hands. Many. I was no different a year ago until an incident happened with me. A year back, I was going for my cousin's wedding, and as a wedding guest, I wanted to be the perfect wedding guest. And as the trend is going in Indian families nowadays, you all see for haldi, you wear a turmeric yellow color. For mehndi, you wear a green color. And for the wedding, we all decided with a pastel color. And I was all ready with my packings, with all these color dresses, not only for me, but also for my family, my kids, and my husband. I was a perfect wedding guest. I planned everything, and we planned our trip from Gwalior to Delhi by train and from Delhi to Bhubaneswar by flight. And the day came. We all arrived at the Delhi airport right in the morning. And in the security check, when my bag was scanning and the security people found something suspicious in it. That day, I was a terrorist. I was called by the security lady, and she was looking at me with a gaze that reminded me of a vamp in Saas Bahu serials. I was terrified. She looked at me from head till toe and asked me those two words which no traveler would like to hear from them. Bag kholo. Open the bag. And I had to, though I am a dignified doctor, but that moment of embarrassment was something I was feeling and experiencing. I had to open the bag. And my bag, as you all know, being an Indian and an Indian girl, Indian woman, what lot we carry with ourselves. We have our clothes. Not all of them are clean and clear. Some of them are shabby and dirty, which we don't want to share. We may have some dark secrets in our bag, which even I have a journal which I never share with my husband. There were foods lying there in the bag, something a kitchen combining with the perfumes. These were all things inside my bag, and my head was running through all this. What if they are opened in front of all of this? The moment of embarrassment I was feeling at that moment was something I can't describe. But I had to. They scanned my bag and they found again something suspicious. That was something a shape of a spring. God knows what was that spring was. I was terrified, and was trying to figure that out along with the security people there. And they were looking at me as if I'm a criminal, I'm a terrorist. And my husband was standing there looking at me. He might be thinking, am I married to a right person? Is he a secret agent by any chance? And my kids, on the other hand, they were thinking, Mom, you always scolds us when we don't do any homework, as if something wrong we have done. And what wrong you have done today that people are not leaving you? Oh my God, that internal rush of steroids, the hormones, was making me sweat heavily, profusely there. And that was not something, before I reveal, there was no, that was not a weapon. There was not a thing that could be so suspicious that I become a terrorist. That was a small thing which all must have carried before the start of the mobile phones. And that was a simple, small diary with a spiral binding around it. And this spiral binding was spiraling my entire trip into it at that moment. Finally, they found it, and I got a sigh of relief. They made a mountain out of molehill, but they couldn't find anything after overturning my entire bag. And they found a little small diary, and they left me there. Through the entire journey in my flight, I was discussing with my husband, this is what happens to your perfection. When you are perfectly ready for anything, God has another plan. And this is what life is sometimes, I feel. You plan something and God had another plan for you. It may be an adventure, it may be another sort of journey you can take with that plan. So life is unpredictable. Life is something that you need to explore, and you can be a terrorist in that moment. Thank you so much for listening to my speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Archana. I am a terrorist could also be one of the speech titles.
No, I had given you this title only. Life is Business is given by Toastmaster Active.
That is also good. Thank you, Deek, for timing Toastmaster Archana's speech.
Topic should be, ma'am, inspired.
Who's tired?
Inspired.
Deek came in for
Only inspired. The journey was inspired. The diary was inspired. The whole thing became inspired.
Yeah, I didn't came to the conclusion as well. I know.
Yeah, everything inspired.
Inspired, is that what Dr. Dilip is saying?
Spiral.
Spiral.
Yeah.
Okay. Life is spiral. Life is spiral. Okay. So many speech titles you've got, so many ideas you have. Yes. So he's wonderful with that Toastmaster Deek, and he just comes up with all the acronyms, and he comes up with statements that'll just make you sit up and take notice and wonder from where did that come. Thank you, Archana.
Anybody is evaluating Toastmaster Archana?
I'm sure. Yeah, sure, come.
Actually, I have been afraid of evaluations, and I believe today I am trying to get out of my shell by giving as many evaluation as I could.
That's wonderful. Let me put Toastmaster Archana on spotlight. And see, life is so unpredictable, right? Deek came in for one speech. He's ended up being the timer. He's ended up with 3 evaluations. It's wonderful. So I hope you remember this meeting today. Deek, I'm sure it'll go down in your memory.
Someone would have asked me yesterday for when evaluation, I would have said, give me at least 2 weeks. And today I'm giving 3 evaluations. I don't know. Going out of my league.
Please.
To start, Toastmaster, my fellow Toastmasters and my target speaker, Toastmaster Archana. You bang on started with a smile and a question thrown to the audience. Your facial expression showed that you were really ready for the speech. I loved when you just smiled and started. How many of you are perfectionists? Both the hook and your attitude were positive toward the speech. There were parts of humor sprinkled all around your speech. You connected with the audience using a very simple thing called marriage. I believe it's today's topic of the day also, of the meeting. But yeah, everybody can connect to marriage and its functions. So going to a marriage is a really nice way of making people remember their own journeys when they had to go to their friends, families, or their own marriages. Now, as you are preparing for a competition, there are some things I would like you to improve on the speech upon. First, I have also suffered with this, but smile is a friend and a foe. In your speech, since you are smiling all through it, few of the points got a little discouraged. Like when you are not really happy, like what will happen? How did it go again? Your bag when it went beeping in the machine again. When that time you could have not smiled and showed some other expressions. And your pitch while you were speaking was varying. I could understand the variation you are doing in your pitch, but the tone seemed to stay the same. You can change the tone sometimes. Like, what did it come? What is inside my bag? When you were explaining that something was there in your bag, which everybody was suspecting, you could have changed your tone to a little bit sad, I would say, or maybe a little bit confused. What was in my bag that is beeping? Now, while you were explaining the story, there are some things I would like for you to elaborate upon. What kind of bag you had? How many times it went in the machine when it was beeping? Like I would say the expression of your husband and your kids. Like your husband saying, "What did I marry into?" With the gesture. That would put emphasis on those moments and bring out your emotions more, and also it would increase the immersion of people. You would also add, in all this hassle, my kids were enjoying it, seeing once their mummy get lectured by someone else when I lecture them every day. Words like this, sentences, increase the immersion and can also add a little bit of more humor to your story. All in all, I love the speech. I believe after improving, you can really win the humorous speech competition. Back to you, Toastmasters.
Thank you,
Thanks a
Toastmaster
lot.
Deek.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster.
Toastmaster Archana, very, very valid points that Toastmaster Deek has put across. And all his suggestions are something that I would urge you to definitely incorporate upon. And I would just like to add a few things. He's given you all the commendations of your speech, from being relatable to your audience engagement to your changing expressions to even love the camera angle, not the camera angle, but the very fact that today when you were speaking, you were not looking into the screen, but you were looking into the camera. So I was looking at your eyes, and I could see that I could see an eye contact, because now today you were looking into the camera, which is a little difficult to do, but you were doing it very well, right? And now, since today we are just practicing and you're sitting, I can understand that you were still there. When he was speaking, when Toastmaster Deek recommended the tone, I would love for you to work on the pace of the speech. I'm sure that is also what he did mean, along with the tone, the pace of the speech. Quicken the pace at certain areas. When your heart is pounding, when things are going well, though your words are going fine, but then overall pace of the speech, I felt we need to work on that. The pauses between words seemed longer. When we're on stage, a 2-second pause or a 1-second pause, remember it's quadrupled, to the audience. So a 2-second pause to the speaker will go up like a 4-second. When you quadruple, 2 becomes 8, right? So 2 4s are 8. It seems like an 8-second pause. So probably not quadrupled, but at least doubled, right? It becomes that big. So you have to quicken the pace. Oh, I saw that now this is just a practice, and you were reading also in between. You were not reading, but you had your points and you were referring to those points. So you'll have to have some way to keep those points in your mind, and you'll have to quicken the pace. So that will come with practice, where you have spoken it so many times that it becomes your second nature. I also would like to add that when the actual thing was discovered, okay, fine. Yes, Toastmaster Akib. When that actual thing was discovered, which was something like a spiral, a small thing, so that description of what it was, and it was something like that. Instead of that entire description, I felt just point, it was just that what they discovered was this. And this, because if you describe that thing, then I actually probably missed out on what the actual thing was, because I remembered the description. But people know a nail for a nail. People know a nail cutter for a nail cutter. So instead of describing that thing, or even if it is something like a pen or something in your diary, a log, whatever it is, people know that thing for that thing. So just telling that thing for a thing, it will help them with their imagination. And there you need a bigger pause with your expressions and that exasperated look of, this is what it was, with your, and there we want your tone to be different, where it is just that, and your exasperated look is what we would want. And along with a hand gesture, that this is what it was, just this. And for that, I had to go through that. The kind of thing I had to go to that. So that exasperated look, I think we can add to your speech. I will add to Toastmaster Deek saying that expressions, wherever it's grave expressions, wherever it's emotions, wherever the grave emotions are there, we need to work on it to make it better expressed. Deek, believe me, it's so beautiful that the way you evaluated today. And when he said a smile can become your friend and a foe, he was so bang on it when he said that. Believe me, it can. When you're smiling, you have a smiling face. But there are times when, if you're horrified and you're a little, because that's your personality, right? You are a pleasing, smiling person. But when you're horrified in that moment of actual horror, you will be horrified, your smile will be gone. We need to bring out that horror in your speech when you're horrified, when he says back, follow, and that horror on your face. We need, because that time the smile will not do. So, and all I've written down the points that he said, I'm sharing them with you. I'm sure we were listening to it from that beep beep of going to the machine, husband's dialogues, and the kiddos. We'll add on to that speech when we work together on it. Right. So all the best, Archana. I know I'm looking forward to it. Just like last year.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's already 12:04 on the clock, my dear friends. Thank you so much for being here today. And we would like to invite Suraj, Toastmaster Suraj. Would you like to come off mute? You have an evaluation to give. We could not listen to your speech completely. We'll listen to it in a while. You were also evaluating Dr. Dilip. Are you ready with your evaluation? Would you like to give that? You may not, it's okay if you do not switch on your camera.
I think I didn't pay attention. I think that was also I was facing some network issues, so I don't have any evaluation of any speaker.
Okay. Okay. I
Yes.
think Dr. Dilip was already evaluated, right? Once by the Toastmaster Deek. I did already done. No issues. Are you in a position to give a speech? Do you want to give something?
Okay. Before that, I have something to ask. Like considering evaluation a speech, not a evaluation,
The
humorous
content?
speech.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I just brainstorm 4 to 5 some occasions or incidents related to my life, and I just try to put on the paper on as a main point. And I just thought that just explaining all these 4 or 5 may be humorous, but is it okay, or will I have to bring just one incident? I will have to explain only that incidents.
So remember, a humorous speech contest or a humorous speech is not a stand-up comedy. Stand-up comedy, we
Okay.
will have incidents and then we wait and we say, okay, that time this happened with me. That time when I went to the railway station, this happened. And then you're quiet for a while where the audience is laughing and it's clapping or they're giving you some sort of a feedback. And then
Okay.
the person who's giving the stand-up comic may then go on to speak about absolutely a different occasion, because the idea is for him to get that laughter from the audience. But as a speech, you have to incorporate humor in your speech, but it cannot be different incidents. There has to be a transition, a link between the speeches, and every speech should have a message. Because there is nothing in life that is not giving us a message. If we look closely enough, then every single thing that is happening with us, every single minute of our life is a moment that is bringing with this some or the other sort of lesson. The only thing is, have we noticed it or have we not? The idea is for you to get on stage to share a lesson, but or a message that you have for somebody. It may not be a lesson for you. Some sort of a message you want to give through your speech. It's not a stand-up comic presentation. So there has to be a transition.
Okay.
There has to be
Thank you, ma'am. Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay. So why don't you write
Now I
down
understand.
the different incidents, write it down, and let's speak. Let's discuss it sometime tomorrow or sometime later in the evening. Right? Toastmaster Suraj. Okay. My dear friends, a beautiful
Okay. Right after it,
Yes, Suraj. Sorry, there was a network lag and I thought probably you weren't speaking.
no, I was just asking about today's topic was like marriage.
No, there was nothing
This
like that.
happened to, no, there was no topic decided, but it so happened that Dr. Dilip paved the way for a happy married life when he came up with SOS for a happy married life. And then that started the chain of events and the discussions and the topics. It so happened that one after the other, we were on the topic of marriage. And that is all. There was no
Again,
decided topic.
it was funny, but
Yes, Suraj.
at the end of meeting, I would say I don't know whether I'm motivated as life.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Come again, please. At the end of the meeting.
Okay. Oh yeah, I was saying that at the end of meeting again, I just cannot say whether I'm feeling motivated or demotivated to get into marriage life.
You have time for it, don't worry.
By the way, all these stories were so beautiful. So, and even I can see that most of, I think, except TM Diksha Samaster.
No, only Toastmaster Archana, and me. It's just the two of, and Toastmaster Dilip. Yes. It's just the three of us who have tasted the Shadi ka laddu. The others have not.
Suraj, one advice from my side.
Yes, Dr. Dilip.
In my youth time was said, शादी का लड्डू ऐसा है जो खाए वो पछता है, जो न खाए वो पछता है. इसे मैंने कहा ऐसा की पछता.
Dr. Dilip, repeat, please. There was a network lag. We
In my
missed.
youth time, शादी का लड्डू ऐसा जो खाए वो न खाए वो पछता है, बिना खाए क्यों पछता है, इसीलिए मैंने किया. तो सूरज के लिए
I'm sure everybody got that as a network lag. जब पछताना ही है तो खा के पछता लो, बिना खाए क्यों पछताओ. Akib कह रहा है why? No, that is what is Dr. Dilip's submission is that अगर पछताना ही है, so might as well experience it and feel that way. So thank you everyone. It's been a beautiful meet here today. Thank you for participating. Lovely speeches, lovely impromptu speeches, prepared ones, and we have our contest on 25th evening at 8 p.m. So Toastmaster Akib, Toastmaster Deek, if you have the time, do join in. We have the evaluation contest as well as the humorous speech contest. Thank you. Good day to everyone. And happy holidays. Navratri is on. And we still have 2 more days and then the Shara coming up. So enjoy yourself. Enjoy and have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.
thank you, Dick. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Should I end meeting for all? We'll stop recording first.
Yes.